Hello friends, and welcome back to The Virtuous Home, where we are learning to cultivate the good and the beautiful at home. Today I'm sharing part of our laundry refresh. I was so excited to start on this project because it is my first interior makeover. If you've watched my other video on homemaking motivation, you know we've been working on painting the outside of our house. Refreshing our home has been a slow process. It's hard to find time to do it uninterrupted with small kids around. But like I mentioned in that video, my home isn't going to paint itself. If my dream of living in a charming, cozy little home is going to come true, I'm going to have to be like Mrs. Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life and do it myself when I can with whatever time I get. Whoever painted last in this house did not do a very good job of taping off before they painted, and I'm actually very grateful for that because it made me realize how important it is to tape things off properly and prepare things before applying any primer or paint. I probably would have been tempted to not tape as much or be as precise in my taping if they had done a better job. Opening a can of primer or paint brings back so many memories of watching my dad do projects around our property growing up. That little clicking sound of the can lid being popped open is very nostalgic for me. I'm so very grateful that I got to grow up watching my parents and grandparents do projects. They taught me so many things that I'm applying now in my home makeover. This was a very exciting moment to put that first stripe of primer on my first interior makeover project. It was the sign of many good and beautiful things to come in this home. Half the fun of any project is figuring out and thinking through the details. It has taken me a bit to have an idea for the color scheme of our house. I finally decided on a pale blue and a cream or off-white color scheme. How that will show up in every room is yet to be decided, but it's so exciting to have a starting place. This laundry refresh is kind of the guinea pig for us to see if we like it and to get an idea of what it's going to look like in our house. The laundry room is right off the kitchen, and it was easy to block off with a baby gate so that I could paint without worrying about the kids. It also helped that the cabinets are high up out of the kids' reach. We want to redo our kitchen cabinets next, so this was the perfect project to start with to help us figure out if this color will look good in our kitchen with our existing countertops. Someday, I hope to replace the gray tiled countertops for something a bit more charming, like butcher block. But for now, we are making do with what we have and refreshing the space with a bit of paint. We went with a pale blue from Valspar called Respite. Isn't that a perfect name? It's so fitting because I want my home to be refreshing to look at. The previous owners repainted the walls of the house gray, but they left a few places like the laundry room an off-white, and I love it. But I will say that I'm struggling to figure out what shade of white it is. Who knew there were so many shades of white? For now, we are testing out on the trim and the door here that leads into the garage a shade of white called Alabaster. Most of the sanding and taping was done in small bits of time as I worked around caring for the family. The priming and the painting happened in the hours after supper while my husband watched the kids for me, and then I did more after they went to bed. used up all of the paint sample here, and here's what it looks like so far. I plan to leave the doors off and hang a curtain either all the way across or just in the middle cabinet with baskets on the rest of the shelves. The next day, my sweet husband picked up a gallon of this blue on his way back home, so I was able to keep painting. We loved how it looked, so I went ahead and painted the door as well. Projects like this are rather addicting, and I think I've inspired my husband too, because he wants to help me get started on the island in the kitchen tonight. This will help us get a better picture of the colorful work in our kitchen before we overhaul the whole kitchen. We ended up loving how this blue looked in our laundry room, and it swiftly led me to painting the back of the door in this room. My husband and I both loved how this little laundry refresh turned out, and it was so exciting to have transformed something that wasn't quite so appealing into something that I found charming. But I quickly had the urge to go ahead and start painting all of our kitchen. Now, we hadn't planned to paint our kitchen this soon in the winter season. In fact, we thought it would probably be another few months before we got started on that. But I was so inspired by this little refresh that I honestly just could not help myself, and so the painting began. I had every intention of painting my kitchen this color because it was so beautiful, but once we started applying the paint in our kitchen, it was way too bright of a blue. It was very much a baby blue and reminded me of a nursery in there. That was not the look I wanted for my kitchen. The next day, I went back to Lowe's and picked up another paint sample. This time, I chose a lighter blue, similar to pictures I've seen in French country kitchens. This is the aesthetic I wanted in my kitchen, so I was very confident to make the switch to a different shade of blue. But that's a story for another video when I share my French country kitchen makeover. This video encourages you that no matter what season of life you're in, if you have a dream of making over any part of your house, that you can do it even if you're busy with small children. You can be a Mrs. Bailey too, and use the little bits of free time that you have around caring for your family to make over your home. A lot of the prep work, like sanding or taping, was done in 2 to 10 minute blocks of time when my kids were being good or didn't need anything. While it can be frustrating to be interrupted so much, it was also encouraging because I had something to look forward to and get back to. I feel like I actually was even more patient and kind and considerate in the moments where I usually struggle a lot harder with this, because I did have a project or something that I was looking forward to getting back to. Starting out on your interior design journey and maybe don't know where to start, I encourage you to go back and watch my video on homemaking motivation, where I'm painting the outside of my home. I share a lot of tips and things that helped me get started on this journey. I share quite a few hands-on things that you can do now, even before you actually start a project. goes on before a project starts. But I don't think we always realize that when we watch DIY or makeover videos here on YouTube. We only see the end results and not everything that went into making this happen. So if you're in a season where you can't actually start a project, but this doesn't mean that you can't do anything at all, go back and watch that video and start on the planning side of things. It's okay to dream for a very long time before you actually do anything with it. In fact, that's really good. That'll help you cut down on a lot of mistakes that you probably will make if you don't take the time to dream and think through things. Thank you all for joining me here at the Virtuous Home, where I'm learning to cultivate the good and the beautiful at home. I'll see you all next time, hopefully with another update soon of our laundry room refresh and the beginnings of our kitchen makeover.